It's kind of crazy to really think about it, bro, but 2K23 has literally been out for almost a month. As of the game coming out September 8th and September 9th based on where you live, bro, when I tell you, it's kind of crazy to really think about it, that we're already a month in, but 3 days after release date, that my man's Uncle Demi ended up finding the replica Easter egg builds on NBA 2K23. As I'm doing this, it went viral. Like literally everybody and their mother was trying to figure out how they can make a replica build. Even I end up finding a replica build in the Larry Johnson grandmama replica build on NBA 2K23. But this build right here, this Kobe build, this is one of the 2 Kobe builds that give you the name Mamba. As of this supposed to be in 24 prime Kobe, the Mamba build, I was looking at the stats of this build and I was like, I don't think Kobe, he's gonna have contact dunks at least. And then you gotta remember, it's a replica build. It's not gonna be exactly the same. So most things that you're seeing, it's definitely getting the job done, but it's not as playable than it really could be. And some stats on some of these replica builds that you will see, you like, the stats are kind of too low to be like a replica build. Like it's kind of too low. It was builds that was supposed to be able to get crazy contacts and all that literally can barely get a contact dunk. Like literally have a 70 drive and dunk, but have like a 95 drive and layup. But they are the best dunkers in the league. But as of this Kobe build, I'm going to end up showing you today, this is going to be a mid-range shooter Kobe build, or you can end up getting a 2-way mid-range shooter, or you can end up getting a 2-way inside the arc scorer. It's going to be so many different names that you can do. As long as you change a few things, you will end up getting a name. But as of the height and weight, we're going to go with the regular Kobe weight to end up getting the Mamba build. We're going to go with the 6'6", 200 pounds, 6'11". And with us doing this Kobe build, we're going to end up trying to get this Kobe build with contact dunks. As of the one that before, I only had a 77 drive and dunk. We're going to put an 86 at least. I would love to have a 93, but 93 will kill the build and I'll have to sacrifice defense on this build. Even though the defense is not as high, it's going to be even sacrificed even more if I go with a 93. So we will rock out with the 86 drive and dunk. We get the limitless takeoff and go, posterize on silver, things like that. But as of the drive and layup, you see I got a 13 potential badges, but if I move it up a little more, you know what I'm saying, I can get that fearless finisher on silver, because I do need a 77 drive and layup to get fearless finisher on silver. As me doing that, we got 77 drive and layup, 86 drive and dunk, and then I'm gonna move up my close shot to 66. You see I try to go a little farther, it didn't give me no extra push, so 66 is giving me 15 finishing badges. And as of doing this like this, now we're gonna end up putting more of our finishing on post control. As of doing it with the post control, you could do it at 75 if you had like a 90 drive and dunk and a 90 drive and layup. You could do a 75 post control. But the threshold, if you're doing something similar to this, is 82. So you can do 82 at the minimum, but you might as well go up 2 more to end up getting that actual badge point to get 19 badge points on this build. But if you're someone that's going to end up just doing the 82, you're going to be missing out on badge points that you really could have had in the future. And then it's not going to really help in any other category as in messing around with it. But as of the finishing, this is the best way I would say set up your finishing, so a Kobe type build like this. But when it comes to the shooting, we're going to get into the mid range. I'm thinking about putting the mid range around 88 or 87 so we can still get good jump shots. So I would say around like a 88, 86, 80, it's around there. You can mess around it if you want to, but 86, 87, 88, those all cool. You still get all the good jump shot bases, all the good jump shot releases. And as of the 3-pointer, you could make the 3-pointer 71 just like the other one I just showed you, or 70, or even 75, but I'm going to end up making it around like a 77. 77, it seems cool. It's slight. It's nothing really crazy. It's greenable. So we want to do it a 77 3-pointer, 87 mid-range, and then as of the actual free throw, we might just move it up just a little, and then once we come back to it, it might go higher than this. But as of the badges that you get on this build, the badges look great. You get mid-range magician, one of the best badges on the game that a lot of people sleep on. You get space creator, you get green machine, you got blinders, but you ain't gonna be able to end up getting, you know what I'm saying, the limitless range or Hall of Fame and stuff like that. But remember, this is the Kobe build. He's mostly a mid-range magician. He was getting in the paint. He was really going crazy with the post phase. So as we're gonna end up making the ball control at 86, even though you only need 85, 80 on this game, especially with these taller builds, it definitely is cool. But if you want to go 90 to get that Damian Lillard dribble package, it definitely opened up a lot of variety when it comes to dribbling. If you're someone more dribbling based, you can end up really going crazy with a Damian Lillard 90 ball control. It's definitely a great package to have, especially on a taller build. So if you 6'5", 6'6", or even 6'7", and you can unlock that Damian Lillard 90 ball control package, I would say get it. But if you're someone that doesn't really care for it, you don't gotta go for it. But as with the speed with ball, you don't really need nothing really crazy. Hey, 80 speed with ball, we learned that having a 90 speed ball doesn't really make a difference. It's only going to give you a dribble style that you really want. And as the best dribble style in the game being Michael Jordan, all you need is a 75. We just throwing 80 out there just for the near future for anything that comes up. But as of the pass accuracy, you're going with the 75 pass accuracy. The 75 pass accuracy, you get LeBron pass style, one of the best pass styles in the game. If you want to go 80, you can. But if you end up doing that, it's going to end up killing the build off, and you're not going to be able to have no type of defense on this Kobe build. So with this having an 86 ball control, 80 speed with ball, 75 pass accuracy, most of your badges are going to be on gold or silver. You get ankle breaker on Hall of Fame, but that you can mess with that. But I would prefer you at least throw like 3 extra badge points from Rebirth on playmaking, so you can get all the badges that you really need. But with the defensive actual setup for this, I'm going with an 86 perimeter defense, a 72 steal. It's a reason why, because if once I end up unlocking, you know what I'm saying, I'll be able to get clamps on silver. I'm gonna core that so I can get more badges, and they'll end up opening up a way more variety of badges for me to end up throwing on defense. But when it comes to the block, you need a 59 block to get chased down on silver. I could have possibly got 70 to end up getting anchor, but as of doing that, my physicals would have been very bad. And then when you get defensive rebound, my defensive rebound, I get 16 defensive badges in total. If you're someone that does not care about the interior, and you're like, all right, I'm not even have to worry about that, I will still say 50, put 50. Even though 50 is not as good as like 70 or something like that, I will say at least put something on it. Because if you go with that 41, you won't really regret it, because you might really still get bullied. Because paint defense ain't, it's all right, but it's not the best. But as we get into the physicals, you want to go with the 85 acceleration, 80 speed. But if you want to go higher on your acceleration, you could. But as we learned that speed on this game is mostly with the off ball. It's only off ball, so it's nothing with the ball. So it's only about running around the corner and stuff like that. So 80 speed, 77 speed, that's cool. But for the script on this build, we're going to go with 60. It's no point in me going to 72. I don't even get bully if I really wanted to, and bully on bronze is nothing really crazy versus silver and Hall of Fame. So at that point, I'm just gonna put it on silver just for him to be able to back down people. The vertical, we went end up rocking with the vertical at 75, so you'll be able to get those pro contact dunks off 1 and 2, and then the stamina is a 75. And then we put our free throw up, and we got a 71 free throw. Now we got 19, 22, 21, and 16. And as of things I was looking for this Kobe build, I have the post fade that I want as your mid-range being your post fade. To let y'all guys know, mid-range this year is on next gen is a combination of post fade. So if you didn't know that, all your mid-range is going to be your post fade. But when we get to the actual takeovers, now we got what we wanted. We have post takeover. We get all 4 post takeovers. With this build, we got post takeover, lock takeover, shot creating takeover, and slashing takeover. So you got a nice little variety of everything that you really want to do. So if you want to put post take first with the post fade daggers, you know what I'm saying, you can really fade in the paint, you can do that. But if you also want to do pull-up precision and you really want to be a shot creator, you can switch these back and forth if you really want to. But if you're someone that want contact dunks, like crazy contact dunks and takeover, you could equip that slash and finishing move takeover for actually some crazy contacts. Or even you could put the slash and blow bys takeover to go past defenders very easily. A lot of people do sleep on the slash and blow bys takeover, but I'm telling you, you might want to end up testing that out. But as of the shades we get Jaylen Brown, Kobe Bryant, and Devin Booker. And as of getting shades of those players, we get the name mid-range shooter. You could get so many different names. You can get shooter, you can get mid-range shooter, you can get two-way inside the arc score. There's so many names that you can get when you end up trying to make a Kobe build this year. You can even get shot creator, but as of everything else, I prefer mid-range shooter or two-way inside the arc score. But as we're going to end up showing you how to end up laying these badges out, as of the finishing badges, I would really rock out with the acrobat, the fearless finisher, the aerial wizard. Then you got the limitless takeoff and posterizer. I would prefer you to actually core the posterizer first before you try to use limitless takeoff. But I mostly do the limitless takeoff when you're playing around in the park and stuff like that, or the wreck. But actually coring the badge, I would want you to core posterizer first and then put on limitless takeoff if you want to get all the badges and all the badge count worth that you really want. But as of the last two, you can throw it on Dream Shake or Post Spin Technician. But as of the shooting badges for this, you get 22 shooting badges. 22 shooting badges is definitely enough, especially with this type of build. You get mid-range magician, you can put it on Hall of Fame or gold. You can throw amped on silver or gold, volume shooter on gold or silver, something like that. And then you got the green machine, gold or silver. Then you got space creator. A lot of people are going to sleep on this badge. Space creator, you can throw that on if you want to, but also this build can get Agent 3s. So if you're someone that's going to end up playing, I would say core the blinders if you could, or drop the badge points on everything at least silver, so you could be able to get blinders on like silver and Asian 3s on bronze to be able to mess around with it. It's a few ways that you can mess around with this to end up making it good. But if you want to throw guard up on, even though it's going to be a badge that's hard to core, I would end up messing around with that, especially with grinding badges in my career. But when you do a setup like this for playmaking, I was telling you, throw those extra 3 badge points on playmaking so you have 24. Having 21 playmaking badges, this is somewhat barely going to get the job done. So as I have a quick first up on gold, unpluckable on gold, that's 10 badge points already gone. Handles for days is going to be cored, so I'm going to get killer combos. Now I'm left with 5 extra badge points. I could throw it on clamp breaker and have it on bronze, but as a bailout, it's a good badge to have this year. And then you can throw the last 2 on anywhere that you really want to. So as you see the build, it's 19, 22, 21, and 16. You really can make this build 19, 22, 24, and like 17 to really make this build all around. So if you enjoyed this video, you want to end up messing around with this Kobe build, and you want to see this Kobe build in the near future, hey man, drop a like on this video, subscribe, put on notifications, check out these 2 videos on the screen right here. It might end up making you become a better 2K player.